Alright, I'm going to be installing a Crawford Performance air oil separator. So, as a lot of you know, with the direct injection engine, there's a lot of carbon buildup on top of the valves. So, besides doing the EGR valve and the TGV delete, this is supposed to eliminate some of the, well, most of the oil that resides within the intake system. So when I took off the intake of the turbo inlet, I saw some oil residue, which was caution enough to pick up one of these. There is a Crawford sticker that usually comes on these. Like I said, I don't like things that have branding on it, so I take those things off. I really don't like them. So I'm gonna go through the installation process here, and hopefully there are some tips that I could provide as I'm going through the installation process. This will look hard, but I always say that, and it ends up being really hard. Time consuming, not hard. Alright, cool. I'm going to show you what I have here. Alright. So what comes in the box? Of course, you have the Crawford air oil separator. Main unit. You have some instructions. Bunch of hosing. You have Crawford stickers, which I don't care for. Some hardware, zip ties, and some clamping, and some other stuff, branding stuff. That's really it. So I don't think these are instructions. This is just what it looks like, where each one of these things hooks up to, what's the parts included in the kit. There is an install instruction, probably something to visit. I might look at that. We'll see how it goes. Let's do this. Alright, so I'll show you what I've just completed here. What I've done is remove the snorkel, which stays here. I removed this hose, which goes from the top of the crank, which is hidden underneath the AC here, goes across here, down, and might be really hard to see, but there is a turbo intake hose, or where this piece sits. Really easy to remove. Just use some pliers. Alright, so the next thing I'll be doing is trying to get the intercooler off so I can get to the PCV valve. The PCV valve is right down here. So I hate removing the intercooler. I really do. I've removed it a couple of times. I really hate it. Let's see what I can do. I'm gonna remove this fan shroud on this fan. See if I can have this hose kind of hug this charge pipe, and I'll just zip tie it along the way. This is your best friend. 10 mil. This is the only one I have. Unplug this connector. That's it. Really easy. Come on. Just gonna explain because the instructions are unclear as far as the routing of the hoses. This hose is the one that goes to the intake, turbo intake. This one right here goes down here, which is underneath the AC, which is to a vent in front of the block. The instructions say that this hose should be hooked up down here. I think that's wrong. You can see it here quickly. This goes to the intake manifold, and this goes to the PCV valve. PCV valve, intake manifold, top of the crankcase, turbo inlet. Alright, this is what it installed.